Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, able to avoid him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On 2nd down, Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go number 1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to number 3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead, they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
He's still barreling through. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Tannehill. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go now. Green.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Minkah Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start.
Let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Off of play action, Darnold. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The give is to Bell. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give to Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the... Gordon with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
Darnold on first down. Going up top. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They give him a gain of 38.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get it.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down?
And got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On first down, Tannehill is going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Third and 2, Tannehill. Over the middle, it's Amendola. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. On fourth down, Tannehill. And that is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On first down, it's Darnold. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and the shelf life of these NFL running backs seems to be getting shorter and shorter. How long can he go at this torrid pace?
Usually we say 30 is kind of the...
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Deontay Burnett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Dolphins getting set to go here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now it's Tannehill. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go downfield and catch the balls we just saw there.
Yeah, absolutely right, and he can do it with the best of them.
Yeah, and how about him in his high school video? Did you ever see any of that with him dunking basketballs and spiking volleyballs? His athletic ability is off the charts.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Brandon Copeland in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Tannehill. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And this one is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Off play action, Tannehill. And Amendola with a catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins in there to sack him for a loss of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Tannehill now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now Bell. And a solid run down inside the 30. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Remember at the outset, you talked about the key being keeping him under 100 yards. Well, he's over 100 now. We're in the 3rd quarter.
So that has happened, right? So that goal's gone. Can they bottle him up the rest of the way? They'll need to do so if they want to try and win this one.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Buying time to his left. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Dolphins now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first down, it's Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. To the air again, Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On 2nd down, it's Drake. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Darnold
going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll pitch it out to Bell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast, when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Back to throw, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Bell. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Gone!
A first down throw, Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. The rookie Minka Fitzpatrick with a pick. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Tannehill now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Tannehill on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
This is Bell. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. To throw is Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Bring it. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Darnold. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sam Darnold looking like he belongs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Now Myers for the... Myers connects on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Ooh, the juke. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is,
he'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's going to go down again. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Now it's Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
this defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Again, it's Bell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Jets, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, keep the rest. Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Ray from the city, that's light. LED, look at the light.